Hello, my name is Okafor. It's a pleasure to be here today. So, Nollywood has not really portrayed our culture in the way it should, though it has done a good job. The old Nollywood has done a good job showing us through the things fall apart and some of the August meeting we grew up watching in films. But then there is this new Nollywood has really not done a good job. The new Nollywood is going through more of, like, call it recycling, rinse and repeat culture. A culture that, oh, this is a story that is marketable, everybody jumps on it. Oh, it's romance story. Oh, it's high school movies. Oh, it's this. Oh, it's that. Everybody is jumping on those kind of trends to do that because it is marketable and it's understandable. Every investor, every person making a business, the aim is to make profits. But beyond that, the Nollywood space is a creative space where, as much as you are making profit, you're trying to pass an information, you're trying to change the narrative, you're trying to influence culture in one way or the other. And on that note, I'm trying to say that Nollywood has done a good job. I'm not taking that out. Nollywood has done a good job, but not enough for the Igbo cultures. And I think the Igbo filmmakers have to be blamed for this because we don't really tell our stories. There was a film that premiered last year, a supposedly Igbo film, a supposedly Igbo film, and our people, and it was a story about the one boy system. This is an Igbo culture. It's not, I wouldn't call it a culture, but it's something that Ndi Igbo is known for. I was then a doom mother, a boy after 7 years, settle. We were the ones that started this, and it's something for us. And through it, I think we showed it in certain films to an extent. Oh, where the boy lives, go to the city, learn a trade, come back, becomes a big man. Yes, it's, but then we've not gone deep into the story. We are just touching here and there and there and there without going deep into the stories. There is a core cultural belief, there is a core cultural concept for everything we want to make in film. I think the Hollywood has done a really good job selling their culture, their whatever to us, and we're always buying. Their sci-fi, we'll buy. Their horror films, we'll buy. Whatever they're giving, we'll buy. The Koreans has also done a good job because all their films they speak Korea. I don't understand Korean language. I'll put a film and I see Korean and I will go and download a subtitle to watch the film because I'm not concerned about the language, I'm concerned about the storytelling. Film is storytelling, and as my boss will always says, he says story is king. If we can tell, we have fascinating stories. One of the biggest books in the Igbo land is Chinua Achebe's Things Fall Apart, translated in over 60 languages. And this is a story, an Igbo story, cultural story, traditional story, not from our perspective as Igbo people. There is no, yet this is our story. How, and yes, I know the film did well, the film that had Pet Edochie and the rest of them, the Asian film that was done many years ago. A lot of us have not seen it. But yet, we need to go back and look at, oh, how can we make better films that sell our culture, that makes our culture marketable, that shows people that, oh, this is what we are known for. Oh, this is what we are known for. The fact that filmmakers are just trying to do rings and repeat, the rings and repeat culture about, oh, this is the film. Yeah, yeah, naga kita, let's work on this one. On cab, yeah, naga. Oh, high school films, yeah, naga. Oh, all romance, so logo para, right? Something like that. It's as much as I understand the fact that filmmakers need to be making money, needs to make commercial films, we should not change whatever we are doing. We should not change whatever we are doing. We need to make impacts through the work we do because beyond whatever, these creatives, these arts live forever. Art would always live forever. It always lives forever. So at the end of the day, whatever you create as an artist, whatever you create as a filmmaker, whatever we work, we consume, is going to be there forever. It's going to change a narrative. The way Afrobeat has gone over and beyond right now, changing the world in certain place, like it's going over and beyond. It's not like it's changing anything, but then it has showed us that, oh yes, Nigerians can make good music, cultural sound, traditional sound from Africa. And please note, Afrobeat is not yet traditional sound. Afrobeat is a kind of beat that gives us the traditional concept to certain kind of music. We have our Ogene, uh, and the Udu and other Oja and the rest of them that we have as cultural elements. We've not yet marketed those ones still, but still and still, it's a growth pattern. It's a growth process for everybody in this creative space. We are not saying that it must happen today or it must happen tomorrow, but we have to be intentional. Myself as a filmmaker, I think most of the films I've done, I'm intentional about giving them Igbo names. My first short film, it was called Chugo. It's like my films are character driven. I have to make sure that they have an Igbo name because I believe that I want to tell people, yes, it's Igbo. It doesn't matter what, we have to come into that particular concept of my Igbo film. And then my next feature film that is showing on Prime Video and Apple TV, it's called Dinobi. These are films we do. We want to show people that yet it's beyond. I know this is not. It's an English film, but then when I mean it's an English film, it's the language spoken is English because that was my first feature film. It was my foray to the industry. But then the title, the name of the film is it's an Igbo name because I want to talk yet I'm Igbo. I have a culture, I have a place. So when you see a film, you'll be like, what is this people trying to say? What does this word even mean? When you see a word out there, chugo, you ask yourself, what is this people trying to say? What is the word doesn't even mean also? So I think we need to be intentional about that. We need to be intentional about selling our culture, selling whatever the Igbo man believes in our tradition. Our tradition is unique. Every culture around the world has a unique tradition, but the Igbo man's tradition is always definitely unique. That's why we have to be intentional about selling it globally. The Yoruba guys has done a very good job showing us a lot of their culture out there through the films they've portrayed. So you can check the name of their films, Anikulapo, Jago Jago, the rest of them. And they're pushing it out there. But us as Igbo people want to do a film when the blind man falls in love. Who are we trying to sell? Who are we trying to market these things to? We need to call our films. Call it. We saw films back in the days of Sophia in London, Okwa Chinaka, all these films that made us that sold the names of our characters, the names of our films globally and beyond. So as much as I understand there are a lot of restrictions, funding is a part because once you want to tell a cultural film, you need to research deeply. And to research deeply, you need funds, and it's not beans. So I understand there are a lot of, but then we need to put in the effort in whatever stories we are telling. The beauty of our Igbo culture lies in our diverse tradition, our diverse social structure, and our philosophy. And every culture has its own philosophy, but the Igbo philosophy it's unique in its own way. And that being said, I feel that authenticity is a choice. Being authentic with the way we tell our stories, being authentic with the way we pass our cultural beliefs, being authentic with the way we decide to share our culture with the world, with the global community is a choice. Most creatives don't want to be authentic because being authentic is expensive in terms of time, not just money, in terms of time, because you take a lot of time into consideration, into your research, into a lot of things you want to do. Because being authentic here means you don't just you have to make research, consult people. And that takes me to the second question, hindrances to telling this cultural stories. One of the hindrances we've faced so far and that's the commercial viability. That's one of the due to the fact that we need to make commercial viable stories, due to the fact that we need to make money. We a lot of times don't tell deeply rooted cultural stories. Don't deeply tell the story. We just pick this one, pick that one, pick these bits and this bit because it's going to be expensive to create. It's going to be expensive to create. And as imagine creating the Biafran war story. This is a part of our history, not just the culture. This is a part of our history. And as the case may be, telling it from an Igbo cultural perspective, you can imagine the budget is going to be mind blowing. It's going to be out of this world. It's going to definitely be Hollywood standard. But these are things we take into consideration. And also, you know, any other person out there would think that, oh, there is just Igbo language. They won't understand that the Igbo language is very vast and diverse. If you go to Ebonyi State, there is a kind of Igbo language. If you go to Abia State, there is a kind of Igbo. If you go to Imo, there is a kind of Igbo. Due to phones, due to a lot of things that when put it's what I call it stereotypes. Due to these stereotypes, we tend to see just one flattened Igbo for everybody, and we don't tell our story. But then there is this filmmaker, I've seen most of his film. He tells his stories in the Ohofia Igbo language, and it makes once you hear this Igbo, you connect to it from your own Igbo culture, from your own Igbo belief, from your own traditional system, you connect with. But then it boils down to the fact that it's not just about the language. The language does not sell the culture in films. It's not just about the language. It's about the story. Why I say it's about the story is because Korean films, majority of Korean films, they speak Korean languages. A lot of one of the biggest film in the whole world right now is Parasite. One of the biggest film. It's ranked amongst the top 100 film in the world. It's a Korean film. It's called Parasite. It's not even a cultural story as the case may be, but it's a Korean film. And what did they try to do there? They spoke their languages. They answered their names. They always answer. It's unimaginable that I watch a film, and it also affects us as Igbo people. We all have English names. Nelson, this one, that one. Everybody's answering English name, and we are supposed to be Igbo people, and we are creating an Igbo craft. Our Yoruba brothers, you see how far they go with their names. It's hardly you see a Yoruba person that it's answering English names. Not like they don't answer English names, but you hardly see them. So we need to start with our names first. My name is Izo Kafo. Always tell everyone that yes, no, my name is Izo Kafo. They ask what's the meaning of Izo. I will tell them, oh, go and check because I'm proud of my name as an Igbo person. And yes, in my film, that's why I said it before. In my films that I create, I make sure they have Igbo titles. Dinobi, you can check Dinobi on Google. It has an Igbo title. Dinobi is screening on Prime Video and is on Apple TV. I'm proud of this work because I'm trying to sell the names of Igbo culture, the names of what we believe in, the names of our Igbo things. I would like call it the T. Yes, Dinobi is a thing. Yeah, definitely is a thing. So selling this name out there because nobody knows what it is except an Igbo person. You know, oh, this is the Nobi from my heart, dear to my heart, and then there is Chugo. So there are a lot of hindrances to telling this authentic story, but I think one of the major one is funding. One of the major one is funding. But aside funding, I think, as I said it before, being authentic is a choice. Being authentic is a choice. As much as there is a lot of commercial pressure and whatnot, we have to actively decide to be authentic. It's a conscious decision. The way you consciously decide that, oh, you won't litter the streets. The way you consciously decide, oh, I will do this. I will go to church on Sunday morning. I will go to morning mass. I'm going to do that. I'm going to. The way you consciously decide all this, and the way you keep doing it, and it becomes a culture. That's why, as creative, we have to consciously decide that, yes, I'm going to be authentic with the stories. If you are not sure of it, if you are not sure of that part, don't tell it. Why are you selling the wrong narrative to people about a culture you don't know? There's no like it doesn't make sense, but people still do it. People still force the narrative down, and these things are going to stay forever. These things are going to be there forever. And will you be proud of this? Like I always stop. I don't jump on projects because yes, it's this. I jump on projects that I'm going to be proud of. When the name of the project comes and my name is there, I'll be like, yes, I'm in this project. I'm the one that did this project because I'm going to be proud. Any project I'm part of, I'm always proud of them. I carry them with my full chest because I can proudly defend them. We need to authentically decide to be authentic. I think that's my passing word. And another one, we have to consciously build community because in every sphere, in every system, there is always a community that makes things work. We have to consciously build community, and these are one of the things we've been doing in the southeastern part of the country with Imo If. It's a community where we are grooming young filmmakers to tell authentic stories, authentic Nollywood stories, cultural stories, dynamic and traditional stories. So this is one of the things we also have to take into key consideration. Thank you so much for having me. I remain Izu Okafor.